Hello everybody and welcome to what was my winning run, where I will be giving you tips on how to beat Doors 4-2, or if you just want to see someone play the whole game and beat it, that's good too. So here I am with my friend Monkey Man. He's a monkey and a man, and I'm not going to be using any items for this run because I want it to be as organic as possible. I was thinking about using items, but I thought for the purposes of a guide it would be better to not use any items. I want to get everything organically. So our first task is to find fuses, of course. It's always about the fuses. So we've got to keep looking for these fuses. Now these fuses sometimes are super annoying. I don't know why, but they just annoy me sometimes, looking for these damn fuses. Like, where are they? If I push this minecart, are they there? Of course they're not. Are they in the rifts here? Of course they're not. Did Monkey Man find any? Well, there's one there that he missed. I guess I'll pick that up. I'll be there in a minute, Monkey Man. Alright, we got that door open, now let's continue. What's in here? Nothing? Alright, open sesame. So the first room, 101, is always this minecart room, and I have no idea why I did that. I think I was so distracted about something that I completely forgot that I'm supposed to push the lever or pull the lever before I hit the minecart. No idea why I did that. That is an absolute noob mistake. I don't think I've done that since like my first ever game. Might as well try my luck at some early game loot. It doesn't look like I'm having much luck. We will later go on to discover that this round in particular had a lot of unlucky moments in it, but somehow I managed to pull through on all of it. Monkey Man had asked me before the game had started about what item I recommend, and I told him Big Light was a good item to get, and I recommend that item too. And he asked me why, which is a bit strange, and I told him, well, the good thing about a Big Light is that it's a big light. I don't know what else to say. Look at this place, dude. It's dark as coal, and we're in a mine, so there might even be coal around here too. You gotta have light. You never know when you're gonna need it. You can need it at any time. So I managed to find a lighter quite early game, and look at that. Look at that glitch. I have never had this happen before, but it actually kind of worked out because I forgot which room number we were at. And this glitch actually, well, it kind of gave away which door was the real door. Game? How stupid are you? You just spoiled that this one is the correct door. 108. And look at this damp room. Look how soggy it is. It's overflowing with water. See, and Monkey Man is a bit confused about how I got up here. He's wondering, where are you? Where are you, Balloon Pond? Where did you go? Monkey Man? Where are you? See, I thought because he was a monkey, climbing would come to him naturally, but apparently not. He's a strange monkey. I thought ladders would come to him naturally, but they didn't. I thought minecarts later on would come naturally to him, but they didn't. I don't know, man. And here we have our first rush encounter. Let's get ready to hide in a locker. Get out of here, Rush. Is there anything? No? Oh, and look who it is. It's Figure. He came down through the pipes. And yeah, he's still pretty mad at us about the time we set him on fire and ran into the library without his permission. He's still mad about that. He's still trying to kill us. He's a stubborn one. These fire damp rooms or whatever they're called. I forget what they're called. By the way, make sure not to set a lighter off in those rooms. You see how I'm holding a lighter? Do not ignite a lighter in those rooms because you will die. Believe me, you do not want to figure that out the hard way. Now here we go. We have our first proper figure encounter now. Yeah, this is about as far as I ever got on my very first playthrough. I never made it further than this. I died right at the beginning of this section. I didn't know that you could actually go back behind through the door. I thought that guiding light thing actually blocked off the doors so that I couldn't go back. But no, you can actually hide behind that. It's a safe spot. Just make sure you're always keeping track of the door number because it actually is possible to get dupe on this room, and I'm pretty sure if you get duped on this room, Figure hears it and you're pretty much just instantly dead. But we got pretty lucky there. Monkey Man managed to find the door for me, so I didn't have to worry about that. And now we are at our very first Halt encounter. Now I actually managed to survive Halt on floor 2 the very first time I ever encountered him. I came very close to dying, but I still barely managed to win. It's actually not that bad actually once you get used to it. There's just this one area you've got to be careful on with multiplayer with a minecart where I have had multiple times people push the minecart into me, knock me down, deal damage to me, and then I get killed by Halt. It's really annoying. Still though, Monkey Man, looking on the bright side, we got Halt once, so we're probably not going to get him again for the rest of this game. But unfortunately now we've got a bit bigger problems than Halt. Now we've got the very first Seek Chase. Now, I actually think the first Seek Chase is harder than the second one. But yeah, let's just get on with it. Here he comes, here, look at him Seek, look at him, he's coming out of that pipe. Oh, that's so nasty. Now look at this, now this can catch you off guard. This is where jumping is introduced for the first time. Other than the April Fool's 2024 event, this is the very first time we've got jumping indoors. And I kind of like it, it works quite well. Now, be very careful in this chase, because it's not too hard, just make sure you time your jumps perfectly, and make sure you always follow the blue light. This is the easiest section of the chase. The more difficult part is the minecart section. The minecart section is where it gets really difficult. Just keep on going. Make sure to watch out for boulders, they always fall from the sky. As far as I know, they can't hurt you. I've never been hurt by a boulder. They simply just get in your way. Just keep going. And oh no, Monkey Man is dead. Seek caught Monkey Man, no! So right here, a cutscene's gonna activate. Come on, you can make the jump. Oh no, he's not gonna make it. And he fell. And now here is where the chase sequence gets super difficult. You can crouch. You don't actually have to hold C to crouch there. You can just use any crouch button. Now, what you're going to notice me doing here is as soon as I go down a slope from time to time, you might notice me like skid my vehicle by like veering it to the left or right. Now, the reason I do this is because I don't know if this is common knowledge or not, but I think it's actually possible to slow down your minecart by doing this so that you can get a little bit more reaction time with these quick like 50-50 choice areas you're seeing here. Because if you didn't know, failing one of these 50-50 areas is actually an insta-kill. We've managed to escape from Seek, but yeah, be very careful because I don't know why, but if you take one wrong turn, you have like 0.5 seconds to make a reaction there. If you take a wrong turn, it's an insta-death, which I won't deny is pretty harsh. And now we've got the Queen Grumble on our tail. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to use the minecart out of this one, so we got another chase sequence. Luckily, this one is quite easy. You just run straight forward through this door. The door actually shuts on its own, but I didn't know that at the time, so I hit the button assuming that that was what shut the door. Anyway, now we are at, in my opinion, the most difficult section of floor 2. Now, if you gotta hear me now, if you are capable of beating this section, you're capable of beating floor 2, okay? Because it doesn't get any harder than this, in my opinion. Unfortunately though, everyone, in the comments, rest in peace Monkey Man, we will remember him. The last words I ever said to him was that I was gonna win the game for him, and then he left because he had to go, so rest in peace Monkey Man. We will miss you. My very first generator, or whatever they're called, is in this left side. Now be careful because to the left right here, not down there, but up here, right in the ceiling, there is a grumble spawn. Right there, you see? You saw how I looked up there? Be insanely careful there, because the amount of times a grumble has spawned and gone directly on me and killed me and just completely ended my run there, too many times has it happened. So just please be careful there, because it's very easy to get spawn killed there, and very unfair too. Now, do you remember earlier when I said this run had quite a lot of bad RNG? Well yeah, here's an example of this. Not only have I not got any light besides glow sticks at this point in the game, but I also just so happen to get, in my opinion, I have done this a few times now since filming this, this set of generators that I got, the spawns, is one of the worst sets of generators you can possibly get. Like this is some really bad RNG. The one I just did there, that was probably the easiest out of all of them. Now the rest of them are really super annoying. Oh gosh, now this one. The reason why everyone hates the grumble section is because of how non-strategic it is. There's a lot of waiting involved, and it just takes ages, and it's so easy to die in a dumb way. Oh my gosh. Now if you're very lucky, there will be a generator in this room. Unfortunately, I have no such luck, so I have to go through this area. Now, funny enough, this area of door 50, door 150, is actually probably the best designed area in the whole of this room, okay? Unfortunately, the whole decent design thing is completely redundant because the developers thought it would be a good idea to put 2 grumbles in this section. Why? Why 2 grumbles? So the design of this place is that it's kind of just like a giant loop, but what would have been great is that if there was 1 grumble, you would be able to loop it so that you could get around to the other side of this O-shaped area. But unfortunately, because there's 2 grumbles, getting sandwiched between both of them is so easy, and you very rarely have an opening. Like, let me just fast forward it really quick and show you just how many times I tried to go for this and I couldn't go for it because it was blocked off by a grumble. Like, look at this. This is absolutely ridiculous. Like, look at that. I had to go back again. From my memory, I believe I had to go back like 3 or 4 times. Am I finally gonna make it this time? Yes, I finally made it that time, but oh my gosh, it should not take that many tries, that many dice rolls, just to get the result you need. And the final generator. Now, this area is accessed on the 2nd floor of the left side of the map, and this generator might just be one of the worst ones. It's super easy if you have shears because there's a shortcut you can take that leads directly to the room that it's in, but if you do not have shears, like I did not here, you will have to run around this giant like C-shaped hole, and it's very dangerous because there is no hiding spots. The game tries to tell you, oh, just hide, you know, it's just hide where they can't get you, but there's nowhere to hide. Like, once you go into that tunnel, you've got to like commit. If there's no grumbles, if you turn back, you're probably gonna die. It's really dangerous. So now here I'm committing to it, and yeah, what sucks is that for some reason Screech can also spawn, as if this area wasn't hard enough already. They decided to add Screech to it. And yeah, what's also bad is that not only do I have to come here to actually activate the generator, but because I'm doing the single player now, I have to go all the way back, which means I have to risk getting killed by grumbles again. Grumbles do not actually kill you instantly, which is good, but also kind of not good too, because even though grumbles don't kill you in 1 hit, they still do a lot of damage. And not only that, but they also inflict on you this really annoying knockback when you get hit, meaning that if you get hit by a grumble, either one of 2 things is going to happen. Either you're going to get flung directly into the sights of another grumble who's then going to kill you because you're stunned, or you're going to get clipped onto an object because when you got flung, you got stuck on something, and then that same grumble is just going to attack you again. Anyway, I took a shortcut back, a shortcut that I'm aware of, back to the base, and now I have one last chase, just like the beginning of this section, with the Queen Grumble. Again, it's pretty easy, just make sure to not get stuck right at the beginning there. Go around the fence and just run straight through the store, and once you're through the store here, you are safe. I didn't know that at the time. I thought you had to run down this sewer pipe, but yeah. Once you have done that, you have successfully passed one of the more difficult sections of floor 2, and you have made it to the sewers. Now, I might be the only one, but I actually like the design of the sewers so much more than the mines. I actually kind of wish they did a whole floor based around this. Now here, I recommend getting a big light and bandages especially, because now that you've escaped from the nest, dupe is going to become a lot more common. So whatever your memory was with dupe doors, ramp that up like times 50 now, because dupe is about to get way more common. And the last thing you want after getting past grumble is to die to dupe. Just be very careful with dupe. Always keep track. That's why I'm buying the bandages. If you can afford it, I recommend a light too, preferably a big light. But yeah, though, look how cool this area looks. It has like a grate on the ceiling with rain coming down. What? This should have been a floor, man. This looks so cool. I love this area. Also, I can't help but feel like Floor 2 was somewhat inspired off of Outlast. There's quite a lot of like, between going down into a sewer and like the ending to do with the drain, which I'm not gonna spoil, there is a lot of like kind of, maybe it's just a coincidence, but there was quite a lot of Outlast references, especially these ladders. Like these ladders, they're like nearly identical to Outlast ladders. And now we have the Gloombats, aka mosquitoes, aka stupid flies. Now I think Gloombats is where pretty much all of us hit our first roadblock. Like it took so long to figure out how Gloombats actually work. To sum it up, Gloombats attack anything that glows. The only other way you can get hurt by Gloombats is by standing on their eggs. You'll notice in Gloombat areas, there's like this sludgy stuff on the floor. It's actually Gloombat eggs, and you will get hurt if you step on it. But to avoid the normal Gloombats, simply just do not have a light on. They will not attack you if you're holding glow sticks. But if you throw a glow stick, they will try to destroy it. Basically, anything that glows, they will attack and they will destroy. So, I hope that makes sense. That is how Gloombats work. And I don't believe I actually ended up ever getting one, but be careful because Ambush does in fact exist on Floor 2, and he is a lot more difficult on Floor 2 because of that entity that I don't know the name of, who does not allow you to get back into the same locker you jumped out of. So just keep it in your mind if you do end up getting an ambush that when you jump out of the locker, you're not going to be able to get back into it, so make sure you're aware of another locker location that you can hop into to avoid ambush if you do get an ambush. Now this is actually the kind of last relevant thing I need to talk about before the finale, and this is this final figure encounter. And I remember this too because on day 1, before I think it was changed, it was either a glitch or it was changed, but this moment was actually played shortly after the very first figure sneak around sequence, so I actually had some experience with this one. You have to find 2 fuses in this area. Now I got lucky, I didn't realize it, but both of my fuses spawned around the right side and I nearly got killed there. But yeah, if you're unlucky, you will have to come around this left side where there's not many great hiding spaces. This area here behind this wooden pole works for me. I've never died here. I've come close to dying here, as you just saw. But yeah, just be careful. Figure has really very sensitive hearing. And also, Figure has been buffed. He already had like quite delicate hearing sensors, and now he has even more delicate hearing sensors. Like Figure, I'm pretty sure, can now hear you turn on flashlights and stuff. And I've also been told he can hear you open lockers and drawers and stuff. I'm not sure if that's true, but I'm pretty sure it is. I like to stay and wait in the little hiding hole on the right side of this room as I listen to hear where Figure is so I can know when it's safe. And once you have passed that second Figure sequence, be very careful, remaining careful of Dupe, because you are now in the home stretch of Floor 2. Just remembering, be very careful of Dupe. Dupe is pretty much from here on out, other than Rush and Ambush of course, the only one who's going to be causing you like a really big threat. Just make sure to keep track of those doors, because you do not want to die now. The only thing between us and victory now is one last Seek chase and a boss battle. So here we go, here's the finale. Finale with Seek. Seek killed Monkey Man, and now he wants to kill me too. Now this chase is easier in my opinion, like I said before, than the first one, but it is still difficult and you can get killed in a cheap way, so I'm going to try to explain the best way to do this. Of course, following Guiding Light again, these sewer pipe tunnels here are the things that are going to trip you up. So what you want to do is you want to follow Guiding Light for as deep as they go into the pipe, which tends to be all the way, and then you want to look left, look right, and whatever tunnel, you might see Guiding Light down one of the tunnels, but whatever one is blocked off, just don't go down that one. Be cautious anytime you are on one of these pipes, because there are gaps in these pipes you will have to jump over. So here's a good example, running through the pipe all the way to the end. This one was quite a deep one. Go all the way as Guiding Light wants you to go, and then look left, look right, and whatever one you see guiding light down, or whichever one is open that you can travel down, go that way. I did actually have one time where the pipe went forward, right, and then backwards, so just be aware that the pipes can literally go backwards. Like, you can enter a pipe, go left or right, and then go backwards towards Seek. Well, not towards Seek, but in the direction that you are running away from before. So yeah, just be aware of that, and look at this area. This is the dam, this is the final section of the game. Look how cool this area looks. I love this area. It looks amazing, and this is the final boss of Floor 2. It is Seek. Now, to defeat Seek, we need to turn many valves. Now, this is much easier than Grumble, but similar to Grumble, be careful because you can die in a really dumb cheap way. There's 3 phases to it. The first phase is of course the easiest. I actually think the second phase is harder than the third phase just because the valves are in more annoying places. But yeah, you have to jump across these boxes. Now be careful of the red lights. See these bright red lights near the hands? These red lights, I'm pretty sure, represent the danger area. As far as I know, you cannot get hit by the hands unless you are in that glowing red zone, and I nearly got hit there. So just remember to take your time. If it doesn't look safe to jump onto the obstacle course yet, then don't. This one is quite annoying. You gotta jump onto this tiny box and then onto the taller boxes. Be careful because falling into the goop will not insta-kill you, but it will deplete your health really fast. If you do fall into the goop, then try immediately to jump back onto whatever you fell off of. Preferably something that's not too high off the ground so that it's easier to jump back onto if you fall off. You'll have to do it quickly, I'm not sure, but I think the lower your health is, the weaker your jumps get. I'm not sure, but that's just based on experience. That tends to be a thing that happens to me, I think. Now, these hands that are actually trying to push you into the goop will not insta-kill you. However, I'm pretty sure they will damage you, but worse than that, similar to Grumble, they have a very annoying knockback effect that will knock you into the goop, and chances of survival are quite low if they knock you into the goop. Unless you get super duper lucky and they don't hit you in the goop, or if they hit you in the goop and you're right next to a really easy platform to get back on, it's going to be quite difficult to survive. And here we go, the final phase of this fight. Now, there is this weird leech, disgusting leech thing right there. Now, I do not know how this thing works because I have never been hit by it. But yes, similar to the hands, just stay out of that red zone and you should be okay. Again, I've never been hit by this leech thing, so I do not know if it insta-kills you, and I'm being super careful. As you can see, I'm not even going into that red light just under the assumption that it might be possible for me to get hit, even though I'm not in the goop, so just be careful. You can get hit by the hands if you're too close, even if you're not on the obstacle course. The giant leech, it might just damage you, it might knock you into the goop, it might insta-kill you, I'm not sure. I've never been hit by it. And there we go, we have activated all of the valves and we have finally defeated Seek, and we get the achievement down the drain. That is for defeating Seek in Floor 2. We have finally done it. If you've made it this far into the game, congratulations, you've pretty much won. The only thing that's going to kill you from here on out is a very unfortunate disconnection. But yeah, unless you get disconnected, which would be very unlucky, you are done now. You have pretty much completed Floor 2. The only thing to do now is to go up this staircase. I recommend going up this one. There's probably other areas you can use to get up, but there are a lot of dead ends which are quite annoying, so I tend to go up this set of staircases to get to the top. All there is to do now is to simply trigger the ending of the game. You're not in any danger, there's nothing that can kill you, no new entities, you're done. Oh, look at that, there's the surface. Oh, we have finally made it to the surface. I remember when I first made it up here, I was like, oh, was Floor 3 gonna be a forest? But no. Make sure to turn around if you want to use the rifts. The rifts will be right behind you as soon as you exit this drain. And yeah, we have finally made it out of the mines and the sewers. This is actually kind of the first time besides the, the courtyard from the hotel that we actually get to see what the outside world of doors looks like. And yeah, I remember when I first made it here, I was like, oh my gosh, because I couldn't believe I had actually made it. And remember, at this point in time, I was still quite cautious because I didn't know if you could still actually die. But of course we know now that you can't actually die. So yeah, here we go. Here's the ending. We get to see the ending where we open up the door to floor 3, which I'm going to assume is going to be called either the castle or the fortress. And look at this. Look how satisfying this is. As we enter the castle, look at that. It's the Queen Grumble again. She dug all the way up here just to kill me again. But then, oh, look at that. Oh, so satisfying. Seek kills the Queen Grumble. That's karma right there. That was so satisfying. Witnessing that after the amount of pain that thing caused me in door 150. Oh my gosh, so satisfying. Anyways, this was a pretty long video, so thanks if you made it this far. And if you want, you can check out this video right here if you want to see my very first reactions to Floor 2. Other than that, subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all my content, and I'll see everyone later. See ya.